The Ministry of MSME has organized the Regional Conference on Sustainable Development of MSMEs in Northeast Region at Agartala, Tripura on 9th and 10th January 2023. The conference was presided by Union Minister for MSMEs Shri Narayan Rane, along with Chief Minister of Tripura, Professor Dr. Manik Saha, and Union Minister of State Shri Bhanu Pratap Singh Verma at Praga Bhavan in collaboration with the state government and active participation of MSME and KVIC. Let's hear what Mr. Abhishek Chandra, IAS Special Secretary Government of Tripura, had to say about the regional MSME conference.
So, first of all, I just want to thank the Ministry of MSME that they have been our lead partner, and they have taken time to come here in full force along with their Hon'ble Minister Shri Narayan, Minister of State, who has come, Mr. Verma ji. Then Secretary MSME, Mr. Shri, the Joint Secretary, the directors in the ministry, and we were accompanied by 8 secretaries from the 8 northeastern states who had come here. The function was graced by the Honorable Chief Minister, who had taken time out to visit us in our conference and be the chief guest along with Shri Rane, who was the Minister of MSME. The objective of this whole 2-day workshop was to rejuvenate the MSME sector. Now, why I say this is because MSME has been on the forefront of driving India towards the 3 trillion economy. MSME, for the work that has been done, has made strides of making sure that the economy which is there grows at a very steady pace. Today, MSME is bringing the fulcrum of the growth and has brought in approximately 26% of the country's GDP, which is second to only agriculture. Now, if you see this context, in this context, we may be patting ourselves that we are doing very great, but if you see the countries like China, they are at 40%. Countries like Germany, they are at 47%. Now, if we have to become the manufacturing hub, MSME have to do much more, and that's the objective of this workshop, is to bring all 8 states and rejuvenate them, focus them, and try to bring out the thrust sectors of developing both the industry, the light sectors, and make sure that there is a huge gainful employment in the MSME sector. Now, there were a number of schemes that the Government of India officials had deliberated. The state government also then brought in thrust sectors. Schemes like PMEGP, Spurti, then cluster approach, and there were 3 more initiatives that were being launched in the Udyam portal that were discussed today. The ramp is a process by which the Government of India and the state government of Tripura have signed an understanding that the MSME industry, the MSME ministry will support the initiatives of the state government, like making technical DPRs, helping them to get trained, and also set up incubation centers for the people to come and invest in the state like Tripura. This is a welcome step. This is the first of its kind in Northeast and perhaps the pioneering state in the country. Let me also tell you that in PMEGP we are number 2 today in the Northeast. We hope to be number 1 in the country very soon. Some of the areas that we had told that we are going to focus were on tourism. That is what the Honorable Minister also asked us to focus on. Gas and oil sector. There are sectors like food processing. Pineapple is one of the areas that we are very, very proud about. Bamboo, rubber, and many more. So these were all discussed. There has been a wide-scale participation from the people from the industry. We had a CEO's conclave where the potential investors, approximately 35 of them, had come up from different parts of the country to invest in Tripura and in Northeast. Now, because it was in Tripura-centric function, so obviously bulk of the focus that I was working was on Tripura, whereas the Secretary, of course, was talking on investment in Northeast. Having said that, let me also tell you that Tripura today offers a holistic approach for any investment to come in, and we would welcome anybody to come in here This is the fastest growing state in the nation today. It's growing faster than what Gurgaon was at one point of time. So it's in double digit growth that we are looking at. To give you some examples as to how we have done so much of work, in the last year itself, our per capita income was 1,25,000. Today it's at 1.58, 1,58,000. Now that is a huge incremental thing if you see in terms of per capita income itself. The GSDP over the last 3 years has grown by more than 25%. So that itself is an indication that how the state is being progressive, and sectors which were earlier there like tea, bamboo, or for that matter food processing, that's being diversified. That's being now looked at in a much wider scale, and we are looking at opportunities with our neighboring states like Bangladesh, Myanmar, and also other ASEAN countries.
Thank you. So we have seen numerous participants today who were there for the event management event.
Yeah.
So could you just explain what is that all about?
Okay. So vendor management and vendor MSMEs, micro, small, medium enterprises. So vendor management is a very important aspect in the schematic guidelines of MSME. Vendors generally are being small and big vendors who basically set up their shops and develop the value chain. So for instance, a handloom cluster would have a vendor management in terms of a cluster production, in terms of cluster marketing, in terms of customer packaging, and also in terms of outreach campaigns, setting up shops, and so on and so forth. So this kind of management that has been there was brought for the first time in a holistic manner in this workshop. Vendor management in GAIL by companies like ONGC, where people are looking at different drilling operations, setting up pipelines. The people and operators who are doing that, they were also there in this workshop. Today, 10 successful PMEGP people as well as the vendors who were there were given the award by the Honorable Minister Shri Narayan, Rane, and that would give a big boost for the people in this state.
Okay, and through this event, or I should say post this event, what kind of achievements you are looking forward to?
So this is an ongoing program. This is not one of the event. Just a few days back, I would say less than a month back, we had a Gati Shakti program wherein we had brought in the ministry officials from the Government of India, Ministry of Donair, the railways, and you would be shocked to know, or you would be glad to know, I would say this way, that we had 16 line ministries who had participated along with 8 states of Northeast just a month ago. It brought in huge kind of interest in the state because we are the pioneers again in Gati Shakti. We are the lead state in the country in Gati Shakti. Our layers have all been mapped out. We have no other layers to map out other than one layer that is remaining out of 27. We have mapped out 26 in Gati Shakti. Apart from that, we have done more in terms of land and land management, where the land is a major aspect of planning as a unit. So that has been mapped out extremely well in this state. We are also providing guidance and also support to the other northeastern states how to program their Gati Shakti program, and that's the reason why the ministry was very keen to do the workshop here. So when we say that investments have to come in, it has to come in with a feel good factor, which has come and started from Gati Shakti program. It translated from there, then it went to the PM's conference, which was held on 5th to 7th of January. The Honorable PM had taken a stock of the situation with various states, where MSME was also discussed with other states, and how Tripura and other states are doing, that was also discussed, and that generated a lot of interest. And this is a follow-up action. We will be following with each and every individual, whether it's a CEO or whether it's an individual who comes in the state. We would help facilitate as well as make sure that they bring the development in the state, in my state of Tripura.
We attended the regional MSME conference at Pragya Bhavan and had with us Mr. Vishwanath Raju from Hyderabad and Mr. Naresh Yadav from Gurgaon, who were participating in the conference as investors.
मेरा नाम विश्वनाथ राजू, मैंने हैदराबाद से आया है। बेसिकली आई एम ए फार्मर, आई डू लॉट ऑफ इनोवेशंस। मतलब क्या है कि हार्टिकल्चर में, एग्रीकल्चर में ऐसे ही अभी करने का काम जो है रिसर्कुलेटिंग एक्वाकल्चर सिस्टम। ये रिसर्कुलेटिंग एक्वाकल्चर सिस्टम क्या होता है कि नॉर्मली 1 एकड़ के अंदर अपन 2 या 3 टन का मछली उगाड़ दे सकता, लेकिन इस सिस्टम में वही 1 एकड़ में आराम से 350 टन निकालने की मौका मिलता है। ये सिस्टम मैंने 10 साल पहले स्टार्ट किया था हैदराबाद में। उस समय से बहुत सारा इनोवेशंस करके शुरुआत में किया था, जैसा पंगास तिलापिया रेगुलर फिशेस। उसके बाद जो अपन को नहीं मिल रहा था जैसा मांगूर, पापड़ा, सिंगी, टिंगरा, वैसा सारे मछली। उसके बाद बेटकी जैसा मछली भी करते करते अभी 3 साल पहले हम लोग को स्टार्ट किया रेनबो ट्राउट। ये जानता है कि रेनबो ट्राउट इज ए कोल्ड वाटर फिश, मतलब ठंडी पानी में ग्रो होने वाला। ये इसका पहले हिमाचल में, नहीं तो अपना जो जम्मू कश्मीर में ऐसा जगह पे होता था। लेकिन इस मछली का डिमांड तो बहुत ज़्यादा है और ये मछली का मीट भी पिंक कलर में रहता है और इसमें मेडिसिनल वैल्यूज भी ज़्यादा है। मार्केट में डिमांड अगर आप देखें तो दिल्ली में लगभग 1600 से लेके 1800 हर किलो बिक जाता है ये मछली। तो इस मछली को ग्रो करने के लिए हम लोगों को स्टार्ट किया था, क्योंकि ठंडी का मौसम जहाँ पर बोल रहा हूँ हिमाचल या श्रीनगर कहीं भी, कभी कभी वहाँ माइनस में भी चले जाता है, कभी कभी प्लस मतलब 25 डिग्री तक टेम्परेचर आ जाता है। उसको जो टेम्परेचर चाहिए वो साल भर करना हो नहीं सकता है, क्योंकि मौसम का ऊपर डिपेंड हुआ। तो अभी हैदराबाद में हम लोग को ऐसा किया कि फुल्ली क्लाइमेट कंट्रोल्ड शेड बना के उसके अंदर अभी कर रहा है। करीब 1 एकड़ के अंदर हमारा फार्म से निकल रहा 350 टन मछली हर साल। 350 टन बोले तो आप इसका कैलकुलेशन कर सकते हैं, 1 एकड़ के अंदर आराम से 21 करोड़ रुपए का टर्नओवर हमारा। तो यही मछली को करते वक्त इसी टेक्नोलॉजी को लाके यहाँ त्रिपुरा में भी करने के लिए मेरे को बुलाए। तो यहाँ पर आके यहाँ पर सारी चीज़ को मतलब डिजाइनिंग नहीं तो यहाँ पर जो क्लाइमेट का हिसाब से ये सब एनालिसिस करके एज अर्ली एज पॉसिबल यहाँ एक प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ। इसका पहले एक पायलट प्रोजेक्ट भी यहाँ पर लगाया। ये प्रोजेक्ट कैसा कर रहा और कैसा इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहा अभी मेरा भाई साहब ने बताया।
Hello ma'am, I am Naresh Yadav, I am from Gurgaon. बेसिकली ये प्रोजेक्ट हम त्रिपुरा गवर्नमेंट के साथ मिलकर कर रहे हैं और मैं एज ए इन्वेस्टर यहाँ पर इन्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ, जिससे कि हमें फार्मर्स की भी इनकम बढ़ाने में मौका मिलेगा और त्रिपुरा गवर्नमेंट को भी एक बेसिकली एक नया प्रोजेक्ट फिशरी का एक पूरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लिए एक सेटअप करने के लिए एक मौका दिखाने के लिए अब एक प्रोजेक्ट मिलेगा, जिससे कि हम आगे उस प्रोजेक्ट को बढ़ा सकते हैं पूरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लिए। तो ये सभी की भलाई के लिए और अच्छा इनकम फार्मर्स को देके जाएंगे। थैंक यू।
Thank you for watching Times Nation. Please subscribe for latest updates.